do it. Math time. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So number one, remember what we were doing last week. Okay, a lot of you guys tuned into work. I'm happy when everybody's doing the work. I'm like, yes. I mean, you should see in other parts of the school, like outside school districts, like LA and all these. Ugh, kids are like horrible. But you guys, good job, guys. See, I'm happy. So here we go. So we have an equal sign, right? And what am I supposed to do first? Right? We have an equal. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line because we want to make sure we separate everything. The left side with the left side, the right side with the right side. So everything we've been doing all trimester, we're going to do on the left side first. I'm going to cover the one. All right, don't worry about it. All right, so now remember, what do we look for? Parentheses, right? Well, mister, here's a parentheses, but there's a plus. So I'm going to put a 1, right? It's not 6y times that, it's the 1. So then I'm going to go ahead and multiply it just so that you understand it. When you multiply it, then the parentheses is going to disappear like magic, right? So it's going to go like, woo, woo. Come on, come on. So then what's 1 times 3? Okay. What's 1 times 3? Emily Hernandez. What's 1 times 3? 3. Right? And then positive times negative? Negative. See? So then what happens to everything else? Jose Salazar, what happens to everything else? Yeah, drop it down. Go ahead, drop it down. So you drop everything down, right, Jose? Jose? Jose, are you there? Where are you? I don't know. Okay, see? So now what do we do? Now, if you know how to do this, go ahead and just, go on. Set you free. But for those that need help, okay, what do we do now? We combine, right, the 3y with the negative 6y using the t-chart. So 3y, negative 6y, correct? So Hector, what would be my answer there? 3y plus a negative 6y.
400. It would be 9y.
No. No.
Or it would be negative 3y.
Yes, Emerson. Oh man, Emerson knows. So negative 3y. So redeem yourself, Hector. Now I'm going to do the constants. Negative 3 plus a negative 5. Negative 8. Right? So now we just got to, we're done because we cannot combine these two. So now I'm just going to put equals 1 equals 1. Now this goes back to your 7th grade math, the two-step equation. So you see how the variables on the y, and that's what you want to do. You're solving for y. Solve for y. What is y? When you plug in y 3 times, let's say 5, minus 6 times 5, plus negative 3 minus 5. When you do all that PEMDAS, it's going to, both sides are going to be equal to each other. All right? But we want to know, well, what is y? So does anybody know what to do on your two-step equation? Because the y is on this side. I'm going to circle that side. You guys know what to do? No?
Don't you have to put the negative 8 to the other side?
Right, but how do you do that?
By making it a positive?
So you're not actually making it. You're actually, what happens is that it's kind of, yeah, making it. But what happens, you want to get rid of the negative 8. So you want to throw it to the other side, but you need something. You can't just throw it. You need some powder. And in order to make it pop, you need to add the opposite of it. So it's negative 8. I'm going to add positive 8. So I'm going to throw it to the other side, and then it becomes positive 8. That's kind of an analogy that I kind of use. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to create it differently, that different from what a math teacher would tell you. You got to do 0 pairs. You make it 0, make it gone. So when I was in high school, I was like, oh, you throw it to the other side, but it's not going to be negative 8. It's going to be the opposite. So it's going to be positive 8. See that? And if it was a positive 8, I need to put a negative 8. So you're doing the opposite. All right? So then what happens here? So yeah, Emily or whoever said that, you are correct. So then I put negative 3y. The line has to keep going. And then equals what? Now you still got to do t-chart. Remember, no more multiplication. Once you're done with multiplication, you don't do it again. So now what's 1 plus 8? 9, right? So now here is the difficult part. What do you do now? Does anybody know? You have negative 3 times y. They're together. You guys remember?
Divide by 3.
You divide by the coefficient, which is negative 3. You see that here when you're throwing it away, it's the opposite, but when you divide, it has to be the same. Okay, you divide by the same. So this you divide on this side. Okay, so because negative 3 over negative 3 is 1, and my answer is y is equal to what's positive divided by negative? Well, I forget, so I'm going to do this real quick. Positive divided, oh, that's negative. Oh, yeah, duh. And then 9 divided by 3, or 3 times what is 9? 3 times 3 is 9. So there's your answer. Y is equal to negative 3. So I'm going to pause it real quick. Write it if you want. So what does that mean? So 3 times y, which is negative 3, minus 6 times y, which is negative 3, plus 1 times negative 3 minus 5 should equal 1. That's what it means. All right, let's do PEMDAS. All right, 3 times negative 3, that's negative 9. Negative times negative is positive. 6 times 3 is 18. Positive times negative is negative. 1 times 3 is 3. And then minus 5, all equals 1. Well, let's see. Uh, T-chart, negative 9, positive 18, negative 3, negative 5. So I'm going to add all these, right? I'm going to add all these to get 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So what's my answer? Positive what? Positive 1. Does that equal to 1? Yep. So it's true. So my answer is it works. See? So that's what you're doing. See, my answer is not 1. 1 is just used as a balance. All right? You guys get that? All right, cool. Now we're going to do the second one, all right? Bam. All right, here we go. So now, remember, there's an equal sign. It's an equation, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and cover it. So I'm going to do the left side. Mister, can I do the right side first? Yeah, let's do the right side. Why not? Who cares, right? So here we go. So what do we do? Is there parentheses? No. So what do? We add, right? So Andrew, what's negative 20 plus 3? Andrew.
Negative 17.
Yeah. So I'm going to put equals negative 17. And you're done. There's no parentheses. So now let's go to the other side. So far, so good. You guys get that part? There's no parentheses, no multiplication. So forget about it. I forget about it. All right. So now, oh, there's a parentheses. All right. That's what you got to do first. So we're going to have to do what? Multiply. Multiply. Am I going to multiply by negative 9? The negative 9? No, 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 no. Because it's only till the what? The end of the parentheses. That's it. Okay, the negative 9 is alone. Oh, why am I alone? Why do people leave me? Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. Let's just create multiply, right? Okay, promise. Yeah, we promise. We promise. So let's go ahead. Ready? Let's see. Brian Aguilar. The first arrow. What do we get when we multiply? Distribute the -2 times the -3x. What do we get? Brian, is he there? Brian, no? How about Emerson? Let's go. Come on. I can't. I'm recording it, so I don't want to take too long. How about Emerson? Negative times the negative is a positive, and then 2 times 3x is 6x. Okay, do I drop the 2? No, I still got to multiply. Distribute it, correct. Negative times positive. Brian, redeem yourself, Brian. Negative times positive. Oh, is he one of those? Is he one of those kids that just is pretending he's there because his name's there? Emerson, what about you? Negative times a positive, and then 2 times this number, 4. What happens to the -9? Drop. See that? So now we still got a lot of stuff here, right? A lot of junk here. So we got to combine like terms. So Janessa, what do we combine? Janessa.
The -4 and the -9.
Is that going to be positive?
Right?
Yeah. So combine like terms, we got to use a term, right? So is that going to be positive or? So we're going to go -4, -9. What's my answer, Janessa?
-13.
-13. So here we go. So Brian, 6x minus 13. All right, you see that? And then we're going to continue with equals -17. All right, so we have a variable on one side. Next week, I'm going to show you about variables on both sides. All right, and it's the same thing. So now, what do? The variables on this side. So Carlos, what do I got to get rid of before I divide? What do I got?
-13.
How? You're going to throw it to the other side, but I have to put some powder in it, right?
That's +13.
I'm going to put some +13. Very good. See that? So far, so good? 9, 10, 11. Well, hold on. I did something wrong. Let me see. -6x. Oh, yeah. I messed up on the pro. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good. All right. So now what do we get? We get 6x equals, now -17 plus 13. -17, +13. My answer is negative what? -4. See that? Okay, now I'm going to divide, right? Because now you have 6 with the x. So, Brian, are you here now? Brian Aguilar. If your mic doesn't work, can you type something in? So he's not here. What about Odalis? Odalis, you there? I don't like waiting. Hello? Odalis?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh my goodness. See what happens when you guys are at home? You guys, I don't even can't see you guys. I'm not gonna pay attention.
I'm not home though.
Okay. What do I divide by then? What do I divide? Divide by the coefficient, which is what? The number in front of the letter, which is 6. So that's 1. And my answer is -4/6. Now, I should have put +2 to make it nice, but there's a fraction. That's okay. Now, all you have to do is simplify the fraction. And I wanted to do that on Thursday. How do you simplify fractions? That's what I wanted to do on Thursday, but whatever. So let's go ahead and let's go negative, and then 4 is 2 times 2, and 6 is 2 times 3. So you have a giant 1 there, so my answer is -2/3. Okay? So I didn't want to give you that problem. I messed up on the problem itself. I wanted to give you nice problems where it's an easy answer. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Here we go. So make sure you got this going. Make sure you write this problem down. Here we go. We're gonna do the left side, right? What side do you guys want to do? The left side or the right side? Does it matter? No, it doesn't. All right. So let's do the left side. Why not? All right. Do we have a multiplication? Yes, right here, right? What's positive times negative? Brian, are you there? Brian, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Did you come back? Oh man, Brian. We got to call parents. All right, here we go, Brian. All right, so let's see, Carlos, right here. What's 5 times negative 2?
-10.
-10. What do we do with the plus 4?
Drop it down.
Drop it down. Now we know how to do that because we've been doing that like 5 weeks ago, right? So what's this? Carlos, keep going with this one. You're doing well. -10 plus 4?
Since there's no coefficient, you can add both of them together.
Very good. Which is?
-6.
-6, and we're done. So now I'm going to put the equal sign on each of the lines. Very good. See? So now we go to the right side. Okay? The right side. So now what do we do? So let's see. Emerson. Let's do Emerson. Do I do 4 take away 2? Is that the first thing we do is add or subtract? Do we do 4 take away 2? Or do we do distributive property first? Multiply.
Multiply.
Right. So the negative times the negative, right? And the negative times the positive. So what's the first one? Negative times a negative 2r. Emerson. Keep going, Emerson.
A negative what?
Negative. Follow the small arrow. Negative times a negative.
That's a positive.
And then 2 times 2r.
It's 4r.
Okay, so I kind of helped you. What about the second one? Follow the bigger arrow. Negative times this over here. What do we get?
Negative.
Yeah?
And then
You're multiplying.
wait, what am I multiplying?
Oh, got you. Got you. What are we multiplying? So remember, the first one was 2 times 2, right? So the second one is what? 2 times 3, which is?
That's it.
Oh, okay, 6. Now what happens to the 4?
Goes down.
Goes down. All right, cool. What about Janessa? What do we combine now? Combine like terms, right? We have the 4r, and then 4 and then minus 6. So I want to go ahead and do the 4 and the minus 6 t-chart. So what's my answer there? 4 and the minus 6. Janessa? Hello? Nobody's replying. Only Hector and Carlos. How about Emily? Let's go for Emily. Hernandez. Hernandez, sorry.
Oh,
-2. And then the 4r, we just drop it down. But the -6 up here, so we just put it right there. We'll just write it over again. Okay? So I could just erase that. Okay? Now, Hector, Hector, you see how the variable is now on the right side? Now it's on this side. My r is there, so what do I got to get rid of first? What do I got to get rid of? The -2. How? +2, right? +2 to both sides. You don't got to put the arrow. You could just put +2, +2. You don't have to put the arrow. I like to do that. All right. Then we got to balance. So that'll leave me with 4r equals -6 plus 2. Now, I'm not going to call people because we're just wasting time, and some of you guys are not even there. So I don't know. I'm just going to do the work. because I call people and they're like not even there. So I'm just wasting time, and then and then it's already going to be period. So negative what? -4. See that? So then what's the next thing? I have 4r, so I have to what? I have to divide by the coefficient. And what's the coefficient? The coefficient is 4. Divide by 4. Okay? So r equals, now you're dividing. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. But what's negative divided by positive? Well, I'm going to go ahead and do the MD, man, and cover the negative and the positive. Remember, it's not T-chart. It's the face. So what's your answer if I cover negative and a positive? That's the negative. Okay? So -1. And there's your answer, -1. So r is negative. What does that mean? Plug in -1 to the r's, do your PEMDAS, and it should balance on both sides. All right? Okay, here we go. All right, next problem. Here we go. -5 times 2x minus 1 plus -3x equals 15. So now, what do we do? Again, Mister, can I do the right side? Yeah, let's just put equal 15. You can do the right side, you're done, right? Now go to do the left side. Now, what do you see, Odalis? Odalis, what do you see? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so what do you see? What do you notice on this side that there's what?
There's a parentheses.
In parentheses means what? You have to multiply. So -2 times this one, and then this one,
10x.
-10x.
-10x.
What about the second one?
+1.
No.
I mean +5.
Right. Don't forget to multiply. A lot of kids do that. They put +1. You have to multiply. Very good. And then here, can I put a +1 and then multiply? Yeah. So what's that? What's positive times negative? Negative, and 1 times 3x is, everybody? 3x, right? So we're done with multiplication. There's no more parentheses. Now we're going to combine them. Remember, combining is adding or subtracting the T-chart. So what am I going to combine? Let's see. Brian, are you there? Are you back, Brian? Brian Aguilar?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. What happened? Oh, man. I've been calling you all hour. So here.
I'm here now, though.
¿Qué pasó?
I'm here now.
I know. That's about, I don't know. Now, I mean, you're already at the end of the period. All right. So, Brian, you're going to do this one. All right. Here we go. We're going to combine what?
The -10x and -3x.
And we're going to do the T-chart. And what do we get?
-13x.
Very good, Brian. Oh, -3x. So -13x. And what happens to the 5?
Then it's going to be +5.
Okay. Then equals 15. See that? We just bring it down. So now we have -13x plus 5, right? We can't divide just yet. We have to get rid of the +5. And how do I get rid of it?
The 5 on both sides.
See, you don't have to put the arrows like I was doing. Just put subtract, because that makes it a 0, right? And then what comes down? -13x
-13x
equals?
10x.
Oh, no 10x.
Not 10x. 10,
Okay, 10, very good. All right, and then we're gonna divide on this side by the coefficient, right? And what's the coefficient?
It's 13?
No,
Oh, it's
-13. -13 both sides, because when you divide the same number, it gives you a 1, right? Gives you a 1 here. So then you got x equals positive divided by negative is a negative, and then 10/13, 10 over 13. Now, I'll teach you how to simplify on Thursday. Okay, on Thursday, we're going to keep doing it. All right, and that's basically it. Now, this one you can't simplify, so there's my answer. Okay, There's my answer. There's my answer. So what did we do? Hold on. Go ahead and write number 5. Here we go. Number 5. Number 5. This is number 5. Here we go. So go ahead and do it on your own and see what you know. All right. Remember today or tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna give you one problem. I'll probably give it tonight. I gotta see how it works. All right. So what do? We draw the line, correct? Because we want to solve. It's an equal sign, right? There's no equal sign. Don't put an equal sign. There's an equal sign. So we got to balance. So what happens here? We're just gonna drop it down. There's nothing that happens, right? Nothing's happening over here. Like nothing's happening at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know why you guys are up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing good ever happens at 3 and 4 in the morning, right? Just trouble, trouble. So here we go. So what do we do first, right? We go ahead and we we do 5 take away 2? No, that's the last thing you want to do, right? So we're going to have to do distributive property. And the distributive property starts with the -2 right there, all the way till the end. See that? That's your distributive property. So let's go ahead and put the arrow. Mister, can I drop the 5 so it doesn't confuse me? Yeah, why not? Just drop the 5. All right? Yeah, why not? So here we go. First arrow, second arrow. Do I go all the way to the next one? No, because look at this parenthesis is blocking you. So you can't really go over there because it's like, hey, get out, right? You have to go to the end of the parentheses and that's it. So here we go. So negative times a positive. Anybody? No, nobody? Okay. Negative times positive, negative. And 2 times 4y. Anybody? 8y. Thank you. Negative 8y. Very good. Very good. And then the negative times the other negative. Anybody? Come on. I'm not going to call on people because I hate waiting. Positive. Very good. Positive. And do I drop down the 1? No, no, no. 2 times 1. Don't forget the 2, right? Emerson, you almost forgot that, right? So 2 times 1 is 2. Now plus -3. Mister, there's a parentheses. All right. Put a 1. Put a 1. I don't care. Positive times the negative is negative, and 1 times 3y is 3y. Got that? So far, so good? Good job, guys. Good job. Now, remember, we're on the right side. Now, you see, you got the y's and the 5 and the 2. So let's go ahead and combine the ones with the y. So which one is that? Negative 8y, negative 3y, right? So I'm going to do the t-chart, and what do we get? Negative 8y, negative 3y, that's a negative 11y, right? Because we added them. And then I'm going to put it right here, negative 11y. Cool. And then the 5 plus 2. Oh, that's easy, mister. I don't have to. Yeah, that's 7. And then what happens to negative 20? You just drop it down. See, nothing happened on this side. Okay? So now on my variable is going to be on the right side. Okay, that's why I circle it. So my y is going to be on the right side. It's okay. But I got to get rid of something first. What do I got to get rid of? Not the negative 11. Not yet, because they're stuck together. First, you got to clean it, right? You see how first you have to clean it and stuff like that? So first, you got to get rid of the plus 7. Make it a 0, minus 7 on both sides, because what you do on one side, you do to the other. See that? So here, it's not multiply, it's t-chart. Okay. Once you do multiplication first, you don't do it again. That's it. You just do it once and that's it. No more multiplication. So negative what? Negative 27 is correct. Equals what? Negative 11y. Now I'm going to divide where? On this side, I'm going to divide, right, by what? The coefficient. What is the coefficient? Anybody? What is the coefficient? Who has it? Who has it? Type it in if you got the answer. What is it? Come on. No, not 100. Negative what? 11. Negative 11. So that's going to be y equals, now what's negative divided by negative? Positive, and then 27 over 11. because you cannot simplify. And like I said, I'll show you on Thursday how to simplify, because some of us still get stuck on that. All right.
Got a minute.
I know. So we're done with the lesson. Let me stop the recording.